Hello everybody. We are doing a webinar, or I am doing a webinar right now, and I am taping it so that I can share this with other people as well. And the webinar that we're doing is on the lineups, which are alphabets, letters, individual letters that have a weeding box around it. So when we are done creating these and cutting these out, it is very easy to take those letters and line them up next to each other to actually make words. So if you were doing a sports uniform, or you were doing a softball, baseball mom or something, you could take and put the child's name on the sleeve or vertically on the left chest or any of that without creating one template for one name. It would be virtually impossible to be able to cut out all those different names of every name that there is and have those on file and ready to go if you get custom orders in. So by working with the letters individually and lining them all up, we've been doing this for years in the rhinestone world, being able to actually take these letters and stick them next to each other to make these custom templates. And we've done them a lot with the green rubber template, the Graphtec material, the DOS material, a lot of the other materials, as well as the sticky flock material. I am Sandy Jo from Rhinestone and my email is rhinstonetemplates@gmail.com. And if you have any questions, or if you ever have ideas for me for webinars or lessons, I'd be glad to have you send me an email, and I'll look at it and see if it's something that I can't create for you that will help a lot of other people as well. I also do one-on-one sessions, private one-on-one sessions, where I can take you into a situation like this, but I give you control of the microphone as well, and we can go in and we can work on things to help you troubleshoot, working with your Rhinestone program, whatever program you have, or working with applications, or just how to do different things. Or if you just want to figure out how to work with cutters, or vinyl cutters to make the templates, or hand setting, or just many different things, I'd be glad to help you with anything. But you could send me an email at rhinstonetemplates@gmail.com. I also have a website, which is rhinstonetemplates.com, and on that website I sell just about everything that has to do with rhinestones, other than heat presses, vinyl cutters, and software. I have a lot of different rhinestone software. I have two favorites. Actually, I should say three favorite programs. Two of them are rhinestone programs. My two favorite rhinestone programs are WinPC 2012 and DOS are my two favorite programs right now at this point. I like to get new programs whenever they come out to work with them to see if something works better than what has been previously made. So I'm always on the lookout for new programs too, so if you ever have programs that come out that are new that you'd like me to look at, just let me know. I'd be glad to do that. And my other favorite program, of course, is Corel. Corel is a great basic program for any of us in the garment industry, but it also lets us do a lot of different things that some of the rhinestone programs don't, and some of the files that don't get read well in the rhinestone programs we can take into Corel, or if there's issues with, vectorizing or anything. But the new WinPC 2012 program has an amazing vector program in it, as well as the new DOS program, the Stone Cut Pro, is great also for vectorizing. But I would like to go ahead and have you visit my website. I have hot-fix rhinestones on there. I have Korean low lead. I have machine cut, and we're going to get into a lot more machine cut in our future. And we have Swarovski stones on there. And just take a browse around. We have the rhinestones. We have the cutting mats that I cut all of my templates on, so there's zero weeding. All the dots stay behind, and then we scrape them off and start over, which saves a lot of time and material, because you can got lots of little material. These lineups, actually, a lot of times I'll take my scrap green rubber or my sticky flock template material that's 2 inches or so wide, stick them on a mat, and I can reuse that material so well just for my lineups, and just use my scraps instead of tossing the scraps. And there's always something that you can use the scraps for, so just throw them in a bucket so you can use them at a later date. I do have the sticky flock material. I am a distributor, one of the first distributors that there was of sticky flock, and I created a elf workstation that works with the sticky flock material that can be flipped over and used for the green rubber material as well, and I have videos on YouTube on that. Go check out my videos on YouTube if you'd like. There's lots of lessons and tutorials on there, and it's under Rhinestone Monkey on YouTube, and subscribe so you can see when my new videos come out. I also am on Facebook, so follow me on Facebook because I give great deals on Facebook. A lot of times I give freebies, and the only way you're going to know about it is if you're on Facebook, and I call them my Monkey Love Deals. And I'm also known as Monkey Mimi on a lot of the forums, or MMM. And I have a fascination with monkeys, so that's where the monkey love comes in. But whenever you see a monkey pop up on my Facebook page, that means that there's a great deal or freebie coming out, and there'll be a little game usually that we have to pay or play to get it, and then I'll send you out. Last night we did one, and it was a free font, a single line font, and you got the lower, the uppercase, and the numbers. And that was just a freebie that I gave out, that it's a really nice little font for people to use and create things with. And the reason I do what I do is I love working with rhinestones. I love working with designs. I love custom making things. And I just love doing it so much that there's no way that I can do it all just for me. So I love doing the custom work for you guys too. You bring me different designs that I create, and I can send you the downloads. I can send you templates. I can pre-cut templates for you, or make your transfers for you, whatever you would like. We're a family-owned business, but we're pretty well-rounded on all the different things that we can do, and we work with a lot of different companies and help them, get their garments ready for rhinestones and stuff like that. So that's a little background on what I do. I love to teach as well, and teaching and the rhinestone work goes hand in hand. It works really, really well. We were one of the first rhinestone template businesses that were out there, and now we have a lot of our, there's thousands of our students that are out there that we've helped teach how to do different things, and they're all out there with successful businesses of their own. And it's just great to see that makes me feel really good when I know that I've done a good job teaching you guys so that you can go out there and have successful businesses with your families and help support your families. But that's enough about me, so let's go ahead and get started here a little bit on our tutorial, our lesson webinar here today on how to actually work with these fonts. And I brought in one of my fonts. I have TTF fonts, I have EPS, SVG, DXF file fonts, a lot of different ones you'll see on my website as well. And this one is an EPS file that I brought in. It's called my Beauty font. And the font is about almost 2 inches tall for the capital letters. So it's a real nice font. It's a script font, and it's a nice font to work with. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways of making lineups, and they're the ways I do it. There's probably many other ways out there, and there's a couple other ways I do too, but these are my most productive and fastest and best ways of doing it for using my material wisely. And let's go ahead and get started on the fonts themselves. And what I'm going to do, the first way I'm going to show you how to work with your fonts, and I'm working in, by the way, in WinPC 2012 here, but what I'm showing you can do in any of the programs, any of the rhinestone programs that I have. I could do the same thing in if I wanted to. It's just a few different things here or there, but the basic general idea you'll catch on to. What I've done first is I've drawn this rectangle down here, and I've just gone to my toolbar. There's a rectangle, and I made my rectangle. The reason I did that is when I have my fonts ready to go, say I've purchased this from my website at rhinestonetemplates.com, the beauty font. It's cheaper to purchase it just as a font, so I've got it. Now I want to make it into a lineup, and you'll be able to do that. So you just put this out on your screen here, your software program that you're working with, and you have all your letters line up. And what I want to do with this rectangle box is I want to make sure that all of my letters are lined up pretty good down here on this line, so I can go ahead and get my boxes going, and I know things are pretty straight and they look pretty darn good. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this lineup box. I don't need it anymore, and go ahead and show you how to do the first way. I'm going to go ahead and talk through as I'm doing this, and I'll just talk about whatever in general. I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet, but as I'm working, and my mouth works as fast as my hands work, so I'll just go ahead and keep talking here and show you what I'm going to do. The first way I'm going to show you is grab your rectangle wherever it is on your program that you're using, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to draw this rectangle around the capital letters. And I'm only doing the capital letters because I'm going to show you two different ways here. So the first way, what I've done is, and I know I'm going to bring this in over here, so I've made one huge great big rectangle all the way around the letters, and I'm going to go ahead and blow this up just a little bit so I can see just a little bit better. And I can see that I'm really not too interested on what's happening up on my taller letters, because I'm going to adjust that. What I want to see is I want to see on my lower letters here, I want to bring this in as tight as I can, but still leave enough room that I'm not going to ever cut any letters off. I need to make a little more space on that. Bring it down just a little bit. That looks better. This one up on top, then just work with your tool little tabs here that you have in your program, and what I'm looking here is I'm looking for a nice clean line along this top. I don't want to waste too much material on my product. I want to maximize my material the best that I can, and that's I think a little too tight. I'm getting a little tight at the top of the N here in some of those, so again, I'm going to bring that up just a little teeny bit. When you do this, make sure you're not sizing up. Don't group it, because you don't want to size up your holes. Your holes are perfectly cut, ready to go. For a 10 SS stone, I cut a 13 or 14 SS hole, depending on what stones you're using. If I am cutting a 6 SS stone, I cut a 9 SS hole. If I'm cutting a 16 SS stone, I usually cut a 19 SS hole. Or if your program is a CAD-Link program, then take and, or DOS, then take and instead of for the 10 SS, which is a 3mm, cut a 3.5. For a 2mm, cut about a 2.4, because a 2mm stone is actually a little smaller than 2mm. It's more like a 1.8, 1.9. The 16, which is a 4, I go 4.5. So those are the size holes that you cut. But I have this rectangle about the size that I want, and in my program I'm going to be using my cutting tool with what we're going to do here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to size up this because I want it really nice and tight here. That's about right size right there. And what I'm going to do is come up to, and when PC12, I'm going to come up into my cutting tool program, click my second set of scissors, and I'm just going to go ahead and draw a line. Try to keep your line as straight as you can. It has to cross, to cut a path, it has to cross two paths. So you go way over, I've overextended, and I bring it down, and I go over both of those lines, and you just work through that, go through all that, and just draw your lines. And actually what you're doing is you're making those boxes. Those boxes we're going to adjust, so you don't have to worry about where I really have those lines or where I don't have those lines. We're going to adjust those as we go. So just get your lines in there, and don't worry about this J right here not fitting either, because I'll show you how to work with that. The larger letters are gonna do that. So I'm going to start that one over. Okay, I got a little sideways there. So just work your lines, get your lines going, and these are actually, at this point, they've separated all those boxes, and those boxes, if I went in right now, you'd be able to see that they're all separated out. So you're just taking, you're actually cutting, you're going over two of those lines and you're cutting. This particular technique you can use in a lot of your programs as well, for doing a lot of different things and adjusting different sizes of things. And at this point I'm pretty close. Now I'm really going to zoom in. I'm pretty close to my side over here, so I'm not going to even adjust that, but I'm going to click on my square, and you can see all my points add up, and I just bring in my side over here. I'm not adjusting my bottom at all. My bottom is a guide that I really need to keep as it is, because that's what's going to help us line all these letters together. And I'm not going to adjust my top either on a lot of these. So I just click my thing, bring in my sides. This is a cursive font. This is a script font, so I need to keep my boxes pretty close to my sides, that I can, and because I need to line up all these script fonts together, and in the lowercase they all have the tails to combine in to the other ones. I'm not going to go ahead and zoom out or cut this video at this point. I'm going to keep you guys with me so you can actually see how much work goes into this, and how much time it actually takes to do a particular font. There are many people that sell these fonts rhinestone like I do, and go ahead and work through the websites and find them and make them into your own lineups. It's a lot cheaper if you guys can do it yourself. Of course, we love to sell them to you as well, but if you can save a little bit of money, it's and spend on a design that's a little bit harder or something. Just work with what you've got and what you can do. If you can't do it, we have them to offer to a lot of you as well. We've gotten to our first larger letter. At this point, do not adjust the bottom line. That's your baseline for everything. Come up to your top line, adjust it, give it space, and that one's going to be a bigger one when you cut it. If you were to space all of them up, every one of these letters would have that extra part up there, and it'd be a pretty good waste of material. You need to maximize your material the best that you can when you're working with things like this. So, and again, I love to use my scraps for my lineups and all of my material. I actually keep a tote by my cutter, and after I'm done weeding, and I take in my scraps and put the backer material back on them again, and I go ahead and just put them in as scraps, knowing that they're going to end up being lineups for me for all my alphabets to work with my custom transfers and garments and stuff that I work with. And I work in and I sell also sticky flock and green rubber material, so I do my lineups in both of the materials. I also have some Graph Tech and some DOS material as well too, and they all work just great. If you have two lines together like this that are really close, that you clicked on it, you can see you clicked on the other one. So just come up to your top line, click it, bring it over, and it works really well. We do a lot of one-on-one sessions if anybody needs any help or anything. Make sure, like I said, and follow us on Facebook and get those deals that we give out. There'll either be a great deal, or there'll be a 1-cent deal, or a $1 deal, or a freebie, or something that is phenomenal. Right now we're running a special on sticky flock where it's $40 off per roll of 14.5 by 5 yards, which is a great savings, and we run those deals quite a lot on different products to always have something on sale for you guys to help you save a little bit of money. Our rhinestones are awesome Korean low lead rhinestones that we carry, that we sell for, at the very most, they're $1 per gross, unless it's a pink color or another color, but it's I need to zoom that back in again. We weren't quite done. And so check out our hotfix rhinestone prices. If you order in bulk, we sell 500 bags and stuff too. The more you buy, the cheaper it gets. So in our machine cuts, we have them at 50 gross. We have them down to $1 per gross, which is a great deal too. So check out our hotfix prices too. Well, we're done with that particular way. And do you see now how everything is all separated out? So these actually are ready to send to your cutter. They're going to cut your weeding box out. You have to make sure that your weeding box is the same color as the font inside, so it can cut everything at once. And then when you pull it off, when you stick it on your mat and you pull it off, everyone is going to have its weeding box around it, so it's really, really easy to line up all those letters to make some custom stuff for you. Let's go ahead and go down to the small ones, and what I'm going to do down here is show you my second way. This was my first way, and the real big thing is on this is keep this bottom line. Do not adjust this bottom line. You can adjust all the other 3 sides, but do not adjust that bottom line. That is our baseline for everything. So when we're lining up our, say, apple, we're taking the A, the PP, the LE, we're lining up all of the bottoms of these particular bottoms, and everything is going to just line up perfect. So to do the lower ones, normally if I was doing this, I'd do it the same for both, but I'm going to show you the second way to do that. Oh, while I'm at it, let me tell you about up in here, this shows you my Gmail address. It also shows you our website, rhinestonetemplates.com. So go ahead and write those down so you can remember that. We also have a VIP text deal, and these are games, and these are 50% off deals, and these are some just great things that we just send out only to our text deal people, our VIPs. And if you want, you can go ahead and you can enter into your cell phone, enter in under texting the number 75309. And on that number 75309, what I want you then to enter for the text to the 75309 is enter in lowercase, enter monkey love. And it's MONKEYLUV, and it's monkey love. That will subscribe you to our VIP deals. And with that, you're going to, like last night, we gave a VIP deal where we had a great design that was on for 50% off. It was actually 6-inch numbers that were outlined in a second color. It was color separated out with weeding boxes and ready to cut. And that went for 50% off. You're not going to see that on the website. That's only for the VIP deals. The VIP deals do not hit my website, do not hit Facebook. Out in the open, they only hit the VIP text deals. So again, enter 75309 text messaging, and then enter monkey love lowercase, MONKEYLUV, and that will sign you up for my deals if you want to take advantage of it. I also do the deals on Facebook under my page of Rhinestone Make sure there's an S at the end of templates, and that's .com, and there you're going to get freebies. We gave away a font last night that was uppercase, lowercase, and numbers, and it's only for a specific period of time. And when we give that away, we play a little game, and if you play it and do what we ask you to do with the game, then we send you the free design as well, and we do that quite often as well. So make sure and sign up for those two things. Get on my Facebook, like my page so you can see it come across, and you'll see a big monkey come across my Facebook page when the deals are coming out. And the VIP text deals, they just come out whenever we decide to go ahead or I decide to go ahead and let them out. I'm a family-owned business. My son, my husband, and I, we work the business. If you give us a custom design to do or something, I can quote it out usually within 24 hours once I have all your information to you. We also do rush jobs for transfers and download designs. If you have something in a cutter and you want us just design and send it back to you, we do a lot of that. And as well as doing the pre-cut templates for you. Or if you have design that you've gotten from somebody else, you don't have a cutter, you want us to cut them for you out of sticky flock of green rubber, we can do that too. Or we can make the whole template for you, or we can just make the garment for you too with your design. That's fine too. But let's go ahead and get back to the second way of doing this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my rectangle again. I'm just going to draw a box. I'm going to go ahead and zoom us in. And again, you can do this with any program that you have. I have many Rhinestone programs, and I can do this in just about any of the programs that I have. What I'm going to do is this particular, what I'm doing right now is going to be the baseline for all of my lowercase, doing it like this. So I've spaced it at the bottom where I want it to be spaced. I have a little bit of room on the side. I'm not going to leave much slop on the side. I'm going to get it pretty close because I've got cursive tails here that I need to hook these letters together with. If you've spelled out a word like say bride, and you want it to be 9.5 inches and it's 10 inches, you may gain a little space by coming and taking some of these dots out and bringing your letters closer together if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring this down here. Again, this is my first box that I'm working with to really this will be the box that I will be working with all the way across the board for the rest of the actual alphabets. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to duplicate that, and on my 4-way keypad on my keyboard, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to move this box over, and I'm working in WinPC 2012, and I'm going to back out just a little bit, because when I back out on 2012, actually it goes faster for me when you're not up so tight. You know, it's one of the things that they've made for us in the program, so when we're uptight and we're doing something really intricate, it goes nice and slow so we don't make any mistakes. So I backed it out a little bit. I'm just taking that box, same size box, dragging it all the way across all of these letters here. And when I do that, I'll be making adjustments on these, the G's, the F's, the H's, the B's, the D's, you know, like I did on the other ones, but I'll show you how to work with that too. Find out with these two ways of doing these lineups, find out which one is the best one that works for you. What works maybe the best for me might not be what works the best for you, so just find out what's the most comfortable for you and what you can work with the best and the fastest, and still do a great job on it, and just know that that's the technique that works well for you. So we're just going through and duplicating. Again, I'm going to stick with you. I'm not going to cut the video and stop it. I want you to see how long it takes. I want you to see, you know, what I actually do on all of these letters and how it works. There is a copy feature on the program I'm using here, WinPC 2012, that I could just hit the copy feature and do this too, but sometimes I find that working with any of the programs, working with Corel or DOS or any of these programs, that I end up having it might copy it 2 or 3 times instead of just 2 times, so I prefer not to have too many circles here where I don't need them to be. Another thing that I wanted to talk to you about is, if you have in your software program, like in the WinPC 2012, we have the ability to do 2 passes on our cutting, and that is awesome. That makes a 720-degree circle. That means if you have a cutter that might leave a tang or a little I call it a tang on your template material that doesn't let your template weed smoothly, you can actually, in the 720, the 2 rotations, you can actually cut that little tang out or off, because it doesn't lift up and do each circle at a time. It stays on it and goes all the way around. If you do not have that on your Rhinestone program that you're using, you can also just take your, say your A, and hit duplicate and don't move it. Leave it right on top of itself, and that will do, usually in each of the programs, a 720 degree circle as well. Okay, now I'm going to come back, I'm going to highlight this box, I'm going to bring this in just a little bit right there. I'm going over to my B, I'm bringing that in close. We're doing script to cursive. We need to keep our boxes nice and tight. This needs to come up. I can adjust again the 3rd side. Do not touch the bottom one. Down through here, if you brought it down too much, you know, through there, things just wouldn't line up really well. So don't, if you can get by with it, if it's too tight, adjust it a little bit, but then you know that you're not going to line up extremely well. You're going to have to do a little adjusting when you actually line these up too as well. So I'm just going to go through here and not going to touch the top on this one or these other ones, because I know that that's how I want it to be. So go ahead and click that. Bring this over. Whoop, I gotta keep that wide because I need to go bigger right here. Okay, that looks good. I can bring it in a little bit right through there. If you haven't worked with Sticky Flock before, it's an awesome material. It's a little more expensive, but it's a material that when you go to lift off your stones after you've placed your stones into your template, the weeding is exceptional. It lifts off with the tape and the stones, and you don't have stones flying a lot of different places like sometimes you do if you don't have control of your transfer tape on some of the other materials. So if you're doing a high production, I'm going to move this stone right here, I don't like that, there we go. If you're doing a high production run and you've got, you know, 100 to 500 transfers to make in a short period of time, you know, the Sticky Flock makes you spend so much less time on working with your making your transfers. It also for making fill transfers and making transfers that are multicolors and using the bookend type of transfers for multicolors like I have on my web or on YouTube under Rhinestone Monkey. You'll see me working with my elf workstations and doing the bookend method, and that bookend method makes it so easy for the multicolor transfers. And I really feel that our business has gone into fills and multicolor designs a ton. When I first started years ago, there weren't very many other people in the business, and it was all about single color stones, and the multicolor and the fill designs have come so far and are just spectacular in what it can look like with the designs and different things. The custom designs that I have a call for are mostly multicolor and mostly fill designs. I do have a few that are one color and possibly letters, but most of the logos and stuff that I'm doing for high fashion design or for people in the garment industry are really geared towards multicolors and a lot more intense designs. But start off slow. Start off with something you're comfortable with. Another thing is when you first are taking and testing out what sizes of holes to use or what size holes to cut for the different things, always test out. Don't waste material and not test. Test out what size stone fits well in what you're trying to do. And then you can go ahead and go with the rest of your pattern and everything will be great. I like to use a lot of stones when I'm putting my stones into my making a transfer. I feel the stones actually help guide the other stones in, so I dump a lot of stones down. And sweeping them off is not a problem with the elf workstations, the Easy Lift Flip or the Easy Lift Flex stations. You can just take and scoop them off and put them off into the side, but they really help push each other into the template very, very well, and you save a lot of time. Instead of taking tweezer and trying to have them go in the hole, turn them upside down. You got, a lot of times if you use too little stones, you have the USD stones, the upside down stones. So it really helps a lot getting those in the right position. So don't be shy about dumping stones on. You can always take and push them off the side and work with them and leave them in a pile and keep them away from your transfer tape. We're just about done with this particular application on how to do this, the number 2 way of doing this. And you can see I'm kind of adjusting some stones as I go here. But both of them work very well. It's just which one kind of works best with you or for you. And I'm just about done here. Once I would be done, I'd go back and I'd look everything and see how everything kind of aligns up and make sure everything looks the way that I want it to look. And then I would go ahead and send it to the cutter. Like I said, save your scraps. Your scraps are great for the lineups. If you need any fonts to cut, check out our website. Or if there's a special font you would like me to create for you in Rhinestone, I can do that as well too, as well as any design or anything that you would like. I love to teach, so if you need any help with anything, feel free to ask. But there we have, that is the alphabet in lineups right now, and I would send this to my cutter just like this. I've showed you 2 different ways of doing this, and just pick the one that is best for you. Figure out which one you like to work the best with and use it. There's a few different ways of actually doing these, and there's a couple more ways too, but I find that these 2 ways are the easiest way for me, and the fastest way as well too. But just work with what you want to do. But the lineups are such a time saver when you're doing a lot of custom work, and you save a lot of material by using those as well too. Also, there's a lot of designs, and I have them on my website as well. They're under add-ons, and it might be a particular image, and like say for instance the piece love, and there'll be an add-on that there might be a eagle, or there might be a pair of scissors, and it all is this peace, love, add-ons. And those add-ons, every time you have a design and you have add-ons, you can use that in other designs. So if you have a baseball that's the right size for an add-on, and you're making a baseball design, remember you have that stuck away in your document folder under EPS SVG or DXF file, and you can pull that out and you can use that. You don't have to draw another one, you've got it already. Or if an EPS file, you can take any part of your design and use it into something else. So use your designs, save yourself some time, save yourself some product, and really use those designs well. If you have any questions or you need any help at all, this again is Sandy Jo at rhinestonetemplates.com. You can reach me by Gmail. It's rhinestonetemplates@gmail.com. If you would like me to see me use any other software, anything in a video that you need help with, or in a lesson or anything, just let me know. I'm always looking at the new Rhinestone products that are out there and softwares, so I'm always buying everything. I'm a Rhinestone software junkie, but I always think there's something out there that can perform better than what I'm using, and I want to be on the up and up with everything that I'm doing, and so I'm always buying new programs and stuff. So if you see something that you think may interest me, or a product that you'd like to see me sell on my website, I will only sell what I've tested out, what I truly believe in, what I use myself every day. That's the only thing that then I will sell and put on my website to you guys. So you've come to trust me and respect the stuff that I have and on my website, and know that I've worked with it and I adore it, and that's why it's on my website. But if I can help you, or you have any suggestions, please just email me or send me a little note, and I'll be glad to help out with anything. Thank you for purchasing our video on how to do your lineups. I hope it's helped you, that you can go ahead and go out there and create your own, whether it's with my Rhinestone fonts or someone else's. Make your own lineups, make them out of sticky flock, green rubber, cardstock, whatever it is that you're using. Use them, get out there, make some money for your families, for your businesses, and make some beautiful garments. Make people happy wearing the Rhinestone products that you're making, and it makes us happy, knowing that we're doing good work and making people happy as well too. So I'm signing off from this webinar, and thank you for watching it. Thank you for purchasing it, and if I can help you, please let me know. Thank you.